back. Welcome to my 10th video. Like, I can't believe, I know it's only 10, but like 2 months ago, if you would have told me, hey, Kimberly, in May, you're gonna have filmed 10 videos, like, nope, I wouldn't believe you. So, welcome to my 10th video. I hope that you like the look that I have filmed today. And, you know, if you are one of my followers on Facebook or Instagram, thank you so much for actually following me to YouTube and watching my videos on here. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for watching. And to anybody who is watching, whether it be new or from my Facebook or Instagram family, please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate the follow. If you don't follow me on Instagram or Facebook, I am Glam by Kimberly M, so feel free to follow me on there. You'll definitely see a lot more like picture type stuff on those channels, just because I do like freelance for weddings and proms and just events in general. So you'll see some of that type of work there versus on YouTube, an actual tutorial that I, you know, do step by step with you. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please follow or like my Facebook and Instagram channels. And if you want to see this springy, freshy type look that I filmed today, stay tuned and you will see. I even did a little wing liner, which I never do. So, so I feel like this video is kind of special. Like I said, it's my 10th video. So I did want to kind of do something springy and different and show y'all some different techniques and that type of thing. So thank you so much and stay tuned. Alright, so I feel like I haven't done a like full get ready with me in a long time, like actually step by step. So since we're kind of going for a natural springish fresh look, I figured that I would start from the very beginning with this video. That way I can kind of update you on some products that I've been using more recently, and you can follow me from the beginning to the end. So let's get started. As always, I'm gonna use the Benefit Professional. It's like literally my favorite primer. I have not found a primer that I like as good as this one. I'm kind of putting that on the areas of my face that I want those pores to be minimized, fine lines, all that stuff. So went ahead with that. And then next, I think today I'm gonna start with foundation first. Sometimes I start with eyes first, but here lately I have kind of noticed myself going more towards foundation first, just because I'm going for I don't want to say more natural look, because I'm not, but I guess just something easy. You know, it's not wintertime anymore. It's, you know, ranging from 70 degrees to 90 degrees here now. So I'm not wanting something as heavy, but still full coverage, if that makes any sense at all. So I have been using the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Foundation, and I've literally fallen back in love with it. I used it, I'm going to go back in with my funny technique that I do. I was using it for a while back in the winter time, and I just kind of stopped. I mean, I do have like quite a few foundations, so I've kind of fallen back in love with this one again. And it does give you that, it's definitely a full coverage foundation if you want it to be. But I've noticed, I would say the past couple of weeks that I've started reusing it again, that you can definitely shear it out a little bit if you want. And I did just finish my evening workout, so my face is a little bit red. And I am going in with a beauty blender. You can use a brush. But I'm really, like, seriously in love with my beauty blender, so I've actually been using it a lot more here lately. So now that we have that done, I'm gonna go in and do a little bit of highlighting and contouring. I know I keep saying that that video is coming, and I promise it is. There's been some makeup looks that I've really wanted to do. There's been some makeup trends that I've been wanting to do, you know, with the KKW Mario release. I had the blue look with that. I had the bronzy look. So I've kind of wanted to do those while they're on trend versus waiting until I'm done doing, you know, like a highlight contour video or something like that. Something that's not really going anywhere. I would rather get the more, like, I guess, on trend stuff done while it's still relevant. So I'm going in with the Tarte Shape Tapes in light sand and light neutral. And I always just kind of take it right here. And this is literally what I do anytime I highlight and contour, so you'll see it in that video whenever it's done. And also I was thinking about doing like a cream highlight and contour and a powder highlight and contour, so let me know what y'all think. What y'all think about that. So that was the light sand that I just did, and I'm just gonna go over it a little bit with the light neutral. This one kind of has like a peachy tone to it, or as far as my skin tone goes, it's a little bit more on the peachy tone side. And I don't have you super zoomed in right now just because I don't feel like you want to be super zoomed in on my face to see this aspect of things. And I usually will take it like all the way around my eyeball. And I'm actually using the blusher beauty blender that came with that trio set that I was telling y'all about. I think it was in one of maybe the video before last that I was telling you about it. But this, it's slightly smaller than the actual beauty blender. And I know I look kind of funny right now because it looks like I don't have any eyebrows, no eyelashes. So we've got that almost all the way blended. Alright, so there we go. So you can still see, I mean, I definitely have that light area around my face, but that's where the contouring comes in. So I'm not gonna look like a crazy person for long. So for contour, I don't really like to use shimmer contours. Like, I am gonna go in and bronze today, and I'm gonna use MAC Global Glow, but it does have like a slight shimmer to it, so I don't necessarily want that as my contour. That's just a personal preference though. If that's what you like, then definitely continue to use it. So as always, I'm just going right from the top of my ear and bringing it down. And I am using the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I'm kind of going back and forth between that one and the Benefit Hoola bronzer. Those have definitely turned into my two favorite bronzers, I'd say, the past couple of months. So you can see as I'm like starting to go in and define a little bit, that I'm bringing some definition back to my face versus just having like that flat, I guess, whiteness really. And I don't necessarily bring it like right here to this area. I do kind of leave that light. I'll blend that later when I go in with my powder foundation, but I don't really want that to connect. Probably should use, let's see. Every time I get like a whiff of that, of this bronzer in my mouth, it tastes so good. I don't know if y'all have ever used any Too Faced products. I'm just gonna go in and contour on my nose real quick. Had a little squirrel moment there. But it's made with actual like cocoa powder, and it tastes so good. It literally tastes like chocolate. So it smells like chocolate, tastes like chocolate. That's my vote, I'm not complaining. Alright, so now that we've done that, real quick, just to kind of have like that natural-ish spring glow, I'm gonna go in with Benefit What's Up and kind of just like line right here, and then I'm gonna go in and blend it. But I just kind of want to have that dewiness, and since I'm using mostly matte products, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say matte, but I guess powder, I want to bring some dewiness back to the face. You can see that just blends right in. It probably doesn't pick it up on camera, but it does give kind of like that natural glow. I'm starting to kind of feel like once I get into like the actual face products, I feel like this is gonna be kind of like a MAC Bare Minerals video, just because a lot of the face products that I'm like the eyeshadows, blush, bronzer is all MAC, as well as the under eye highlighter that I'm getting ready to use. So I actually don't know where this banana powder came from. I think I got it in one of my subscription boxes a long time ago, but I am gonna mix the MAC Pro Emphasize with that banana powder just to set my under eyes with. And the Pro Emphasize does have kind of like a sheen to it. It's not necessarily like a highlighter type deal, but it's very pretty, and I think that it looks really pretty when you set your concealer with like banana powder and Pro Emphasize. I don't do it very often, but it is kind of one of my favorite combinations. And I am going to use that Pro Emphasize just to go in and set my eyelid. That way, that'll be ready for when we go in with foundation. I mean, eyeshadow, sorry. So we're done with that. Let's see. I think for right now, I'm gonna kind of give the face a break and go ahead and start with the eyeshadow. So I'm gonna zoom you in for that, and I will kind of walk you through the eyeshadows that I'm gonna use, just because there's a lot of them. The first one I'm gonna use is MAC Naked Lunch, and it kind of has like a sheen to it. And here recently I've been using a Morphe M521, and this is kind of what it looks like. It's definitely a bigger brush, especially to use for your brow bone, but I really kind of like how it puts on the eyeshadow. And you can see that the sheen kind of gives your brow bone that naturalish glow already, so you don't have to necessarily go back in and do anything up there. This is kind of the look actually that I've been wearing to work more recently, now that the weather's starting to get nice. And I apologize, my dogs were taking a nap, which is when I usually try to film these tutorials, but they seem to have woken up, so you're probably going to hear them walking around in the background a lot, just because they always like to be in here with me when I'm filming. I know you've heard me talk about Dallas a lot, so. All right, so that is that. So then we're gonna go in with grain. And I would say that it's more, I don't wanna say it's completely matte, but I don't wanna say it has a sheen either. So we're gonna go with like matte-ish. How about that? We'll use that terminology. And I'm gonna take a Morphe M441. So this is another kind of dense brush, but it's got that rounded tip to it that I like. And I'm just gonna go in my crease with that. And because this is a lighter shade, like such a light shade actually, that it actually kind of blends in with my eyelid. So I don't have to worry about being too precise with it. I just kind of want to use this to kind of tie everything in together. I know that I've talked about that in the past, like bringing up an extra definition to the eyelid, kind of going in and just using that grain to blend that naked lunch that I used on my brow bone in with the rest of the eye. Like I said, it kind of blends in with my natural skin tone. I mean, you can't even really, I can see it looking into the mirror. I don't know if it really picks it up on camera, but I'm kind of using that and not being too, I guess, precise with it. So I'm still gonna stick with this same Morphe brush just because I'm gonna go in, okay, actually I'm seeing, sorry, I should have told y'all this. So the Naked Lunch is actually a frost. That's why it has like that kind of sheen to it. And the grain is a satin. That's why I was saying, I was like, it's not really a matte, but it's not really, I'm seeing the names underneath them now. Sorry, I had a blonde moment. All right, so now we're gonna go in with Bamboo, which is actually a matte shade. So this one is completely matte. And I am gonna be a little bit more precise with this color just because it is a little bit darker than my natural skin tone, so it is gonna show up a little bit more, but I am gonna kind of just like stick it on the outer corner of my eyes. I'll eventually blend it to the middle and across, but I don't want that like full out color right there. I kind of want to use the excess, like whatever is left, and blend that over. And as always, you're just going to use those circular motions, the windshield wiper motions, whatever is more comfortable for you, whatever feels right for you. Alright, so now you can start to see where I am bringing a little bit more, I guess, I know I keep saying definition, I feel like I say definition a lot, but that's truly kind of what you're doing. So now we're gonna go in with Always Sunny, and it's a Pro Longwear eyeshadow. And this is probably like the darkest brown. I'm gonna actually use an e.l.f. brush. This is probably like one of my favorite brushes, and I think it was like $3. And same thing, I'm really just gonna stick this on the outer corner of my eye. I might go like halfway, like right here, but I'm not gonna go any further than that. And I am gonna go with like a really dark, kind of, I feel like this is kind of like a purplish brown that I'm about to go in with. I was looking at the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. What is it? Venetian Red and Red Ochre. I was kind of debating on mixing those two just because I feel like that's definitely more in the springy realm, I guess, as far as like pinks go. But since we're already using MAC, I figured we might as well stick with that, huh? And I'm actually gonna go in, this is that Too Faced bronzer that I used to contour with. So I'm gonna go over that just because it's a little bit darker. I feel like it'll help this brownish color that I'm about to put on blend a little bit better. And again, I'm just going from like the outer corner to about midway through the eye. Alright, so this is in Bark, and it's also a matte shade. So you can kind of see, I feel like it kind of looks purple right here, but it definitely has kind of like a brownish purple undertone. So I'm gonna take that right here, just because we're kind of keeping this neutral-ish. I know I kind of wanted to, you know, I was saying earlier that I kind of wanted like a fresher type look, so I don't want to do anything like too dark. That would kind of defeat the purpose. And I'm just gonna go back in. I don't think I have anything on this brush, I haven't used it yet. And kind of blend that out. And I'm not necessarily going for like a smoky look or a cat eye look, so I'm kind of just like rounding that out right here on the outer corner of my eye. And same thing with this, I'm not bringing it like too far over. I just kind of want to give it a little bit of depth. There, use a different word. Eyes are watering a little bit, sorry. And even if you wanted to kind of like spice this up a little bit and do like some glitter or shimmer from the inner corner to like, so from like the inner corner to right here, you definitely could. I'm just trying to keep this kind of natural-ish. I definitely wanna, I kind of wanted to do like something that was easy but springy. I know I use a lot more colors in this video than I usually do, but I don't really know what to say to that. So what I am gonna do, just to kind of tie everything in together, is I'm gonna take that Benefit What's Up and just kind of blend it from the inner corner. And I kind of bring it like right here, and then I blend the rest over with my finger. So we've got that. I always feel like I'm forgetting something. I usually like finish filming and then go back and I'm like, crap, I forgot to mention this, I forgot to mention that. So I'm gonna zoom back out so that we can do brows and lashes. I'm not gonna use fake eyelashes this time, I don't think. Of course, I might get the look done and change my mind. So now that that's done, I'm gonna curl my lashes real quick. I think I might even do a little bit of a wing liner today. What do y'all think about that? And I actually, so I've always hated wing liner on me. Like, I love it on other people. I think it's gorgeous. I absolutely love it on other people, actually. But I've always hated winged liner on me because I can't ever get it right. And I've had like one of my girlfriends show me because she's absolutely amazing at it. One of my sisters is really good at it, but I guess I never have had the knack for it. And I know in a couple of my videos I've kind of talked about like my downturned eyes or droopy eyes, and I found out that apparently I've been doing it wrong. So live and learn. I mean, it's definitely one of those things where you just like continue to practice and try to learn. I mean, I'm always on YouTube, you know, looking up how to do things. So just because I, you know, consider myself a makeup artist, I'm always looking at ways to like do something better or get more practice at something. I don't ever, anytime I get a chance to learn, I'm gonna take it. Right now I'm using the Marc Jacobs, what is this? Velvet Noir Major Volume Mascara. And I'm a double mascara type girl. I think I've said that. I think I've actually used a couple different mascaras before in some of my tutorials. So what I'll do is like I'll go in with this one and I'll let it dry. I'll kind of work on my face a little bit more, and then I'll go in with like a completely different mascara over top of it. Just because, I mean, a lot of them have like different consistencies, different brushes, and I feel like that all affects your lashes differently. So I finished up my left eye, and I kind of cheated off camera. I went back in and did a little bit more contouring just because I didn't feel like you could really tell on camera. So I just dumped my entire powder foundation into my lap. I grabbed the wrong one. That's fantastic. Alrighty, so I'm using, let me close this before I dump the rest, the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Warm Natural Pressed Foundation. And I just kind of use it to blend everything together. I'm going to use what's in my lap so I don't waste that. You know, one of those, it's like one of those moments where like you realize it as soon as it's pretty much too late. So I am going to take it over. I'm kind of just blotting it. This is awesome. Kind of just blotting it over that highlight. I don't want to necessarily cover that up. So let's see, what do we have left? So I'm gonna bronze, and I do feel like I've kind of used a lot of kind of more on the expensive side products today. So I do want to show you the Maybelline Master Chrome and what is this, Molten Gold highlighter. It is absolutely beautiful. But I am gonna go kind of with the, I feel like, I don't want to say natural because I don't really know if it's that natural, but the MAC Soft and Gentle. I guess it doesn't have that like stark, like, hey, I'm a highlighter type deal. So I am just gonna kind of hit that on the high points of my face. Always do a little bit on the nose. Since we are kind of going with a more fresh look, you can kind of get away with like dabbing this a little bit more all over your face than you would if you were just doing like a highlight and contour video where you just want it in one place. So I did that. I'm gonna bronze a little bit because I did contour. And both the Global Glow, which is the bronzer that I'm using, I'll show you that, and the Soft and Gentle obviously kind of have like that glow to it. It doesn't necessarily, I don't really like to say it's like a highlighter where like it's in your face, but it definitely has like a glow to it. Oh, here, let me show you that real quick. So here's what the Global Glow looks like, and it's a little bit darker than the Soft and Gentle. So with another MAC product, I'm gonna use the Warm Soul. I think I've used this in a couple of my videos. It's like one of my absolute favorite blushes just because I feel like it blends so well with my skin tone. And I'm just putting it on the apples of my cheeks. I'm not really blending it all the way back this time just because we did so much work with like the bronzing and contouring. Like I don't want to take away from that. Ultimately, if you want to stop here, that's totally fine. I am going to kind of like amp it up just a little bit. If you're also not a winged eyeliner type girl, then this is definitely like the place you could stop at. Well, I guess, besides your lip color. You could stop here. So I'm going in with the, it never fails, I always get this stuff all over my hands, but it's the Maybelline New York Eye Studio. Looks like this, and it's in the blackest black. So I'm just gonna kind of dab it. I'm gonna do this real quick, so if y'all want like an actual tutorial on it, let me know. So I'm gonna start right here, and I do kind of tug at my eye just because I shake really bad when I'm doing this, and I also don't go all the way over. So you can see right here, I've kind of started like right here and gone over. So I don't bring it all the way over just because I personally feel like that kind of like closes my eye a little bit.
So what I'm gonna do,
so I just did like a little wing. Like you can see my little wing right here. I'm not one to do like a big crazy wing. Like I said, I love them. They don't look good on me. Plus, you know, this isn't like really a glam type look. This isn't really the look to kind of do, I guess, a crazy wing. So. I'm gonna go in now with the Bare Minerals Lash Domination Volumizing Mascara. And I know the Marc Jacobs mascara that I used was volumizing, but I really like the tip of this brush a lot better. And I kind of like the consistency. It's a little bit thicker than the Marc Jacobs, so I feel like layering it on top, I don't know, kind of gives you that extra pop. My lashes don't really like to behave sometimes. Like this eye, my lashes kind of like go more like out versus up, whereas like my left eye, it's definitely my favorite eye. And last part, I feel like this kind of like ties this whole look together just because I am going for like that springy neutral fresh look. So I do have two colors that I'm gonna show you. One is a matte color and it's Full Speed Ahead, and it's this like hot pink. I feel like it's, you know, amazing for this time of year. I feel like you can definitely pull it off this time of year. But a more affordable option would be the L'Oreal Jennifer's Nude. And it's like the the collections that they have. I think this one's JLo, sorry. But I think that they still carry like the nude collection, so you can find one that looks good on you. But I am gonna finish the tutorial with my favorite pink for this time of year. I am gonna take pictures with two different pinks on because I am gonna post the I am gonna post the Bite Beauty color that I custom made in New York, and it looks like this. So I feel like this color is probably like a little bit more appropriate for work, whereas the color that I'm gonna do in this tutorial, I mean, you can wear it to work. I've worn it to work personally, but maybe better for like a weekend or a night out with the girls or something like that. And it is the Bare Minerals, I guess, liquid lipstick. So it's the matte liquid lipstick, and it's actually called Fresh. So I thought that was kind of fitting to tie this tutorial together. So I'm gonna finish off with that. And I do have extremely uneven lips, so this is always fun for me. So there we go, you have your finished look. So I did kind of, you know, bring a little bit of like dewiness and I don't want to call it shine. What would be a good word for that? I guess even though I used all powder products except for the Benefit What's Up, I did still keep it fresh and neutral with a pop of color. Like I said, you don't have to do the winged eyeliner if you don't want. It was just something different to try and to kind of show y'all different variations of looks that you could do. So I do appreciate you watching. Again, I know that I promised y'all the highlight and contour video or tutorial. But if there is anything else that y'all would like to see, especially this time of the year, because I feel like you can definitely play with like colors a lot more this time of year, please, you know, message me, comment on my video, let me know something that you would like to see me do, or something that maybe you've seen on Instagram or Facebook, or that you yourself have watched on YouTube and would like to see me try to do. So I appreciate you watching, and I hope that you come back for more, and thank you so much.